Morning, everyone. Retrospect this week. Been up for like an hour now. Just cleaning, organizing stuff, thinking of what I gotta do today. I did the dishes. I'm not done yet though. I gotta wait for all that to dry and then I gotta finish those. Um, I had coffee left over from yesterday I didn't finish. I gotta heat it up, which I'm about to heat it up and then drink it, which I have water all right here. So I hate the sink, man. When you do the dishes, the water, goes over the counter, accidentally, and it always runs this way and down the counter and down on the floor, and it always stains the counter and shit. So whatever, it works. Dishes are getting done, so that's all that matters. I fed Mentora. Mentora's doing good. Say hi, Mentora. Mentora, say hello. Hey, you. Yeah, say hello. She's up. She's awake. She had I gave her the meat this morning. I cut up some of that summer sausage for her. She loves that summer sausage. As soon as I started cutting it, she started purring. And she was making noises as she was eating it, like, this is so good. She was happy. That cat food is terrible, man. The cat food's not good. So this plate right here, right? This plate right here, fucking, I can't microwave it. It's got gold on it. It's got real gold in it on the edges, but they put cat food on there for her, that cheap cat food, and it was hard food, so I put, warm water in it to soak it up so she would eat it. Well, she only ate half of it, and I scraped all the food off into the trash can, but, the stuff was still stuck in the plate. I left. I put it in the sink yesterday, right, the other day to soak. This plate soaked for 2 days, right? That cat food did not want to come off of this. I had to scrub it off of this with a washcloth and soap. That tells you that shit's not good, man. And it's not good for your cats. That's why my cat's gonna be eating human food. And there's nothing wrong with that. If I had 20 cats, you know what I mean, it'd be different. But I got one cat that is going to be traveling with me, so I'm not trying to carry fucking cat food, a bag of cat food wherever I go. That's stupid. The cat can learn how to eat when I give it. So, Mentora will be very happy. She'll have a good, healthy diet. She'll be a healthy cat. She's going to be a really healthy cat, and she's going to be smart. She's going to be going for car rides, all that stuff. She's going to hop in the car just like a dog. I'm going to tell her, get in the car. And she's going to get in the car. Come here, girl. Baby girl. Come here. It's not hard to train them. You just have to be with them 24/7. You got to be with them 24/7. Yeah. So she ate all of her food, so that's good. It means I cut up enough for her. I trying to figure out how much she eats, you know what I mean? How much she needs. I figured it out. So she ate all of it. You can't have no more till later, girl. Your nose is starting to heal, I see. It's starting to scab up a little bit. Your nose is healing, girl. Yeah. No drugs for you today, too. This is day 3 without drugs. No medicine for you. You're doing good, baby. Yeah. I might smoke you out later tonight when we go into the dispensary today, girl. Yeah. As long as people bring me money. Yeah. Which I already went outside. So I went outside. I gotta get I got to get this thing listed, you know. It's all ready to go. The transfer case I'm listing. Once I figure it out, this I'm about to list right now. I'm waking up. I got to get coffee in me. I got to get. I wanted to do a video and stuff. And I want to start getting these bolts off. I got to check the weather. I think it's gonna rain today. So I don't know. I got to see what's going on. I'm kind of happy I got this off. This will be off today in a couple hours. And then I'm going to be pulling this in there. And then I'm going to cover this and figure out the next move. It's ready though. She's off. She's just sitting there on top. So, you know, there's nothing holding her in. She's just balanced on the boards and the frame. So once I get this trans off, I got to figure out how I'm going to I gotta get something to hold this. So when I take the trans off, that motor is gonna want to fall backwards. I can't allow that. So I gotta figure something out. That's why I haven't done it yet. I knew this. And then there's me making a fucking mess. I gotta clean all that up. The only reason why the trans fluid didn't start dumping out the trans last night is because I put it up in the air like that for a reason. I wanted it to be up on a tilt. I knew that the only bolt was holding the trans down was the trans mount, the rubber mount. So that's why I did it the way I did. Bill was all confused. Bill wanted to fucking flip this up, run boards from there to this tree, fucking. I'm watching him, I'm like, I want his help. He's been very, very helpful. Bill's beyond helpful. Like, there's no words to express what he has done for me. But Bill, your imagination runs wild, man. When you see this video, I love you, but you got to calm down, man. You got to calm down just a little bit, bro. Simplify things. You got excited and you were trying to build a fucking, I don't know what you were trying to build, man, but I'm only pulling one motor, man. I'm not, you know, this isn't a chop shop, you know. I think Bill was going through his glory days, man. All the chop shops he's ran all over the years, and you know, stupid stuff growing up with stupid people, you know. Bill has definitely been around the block, you know. He has some stories for sure, and I know they're true because I've been through there. I've been through the ringer. I've done dumb shit. I've done all that dumb shit. So when somebody tells me they do it and they're explaining the story, I know if they're lying or not because I've done it all. Listen, I've done it all. Why do you think I joined the service? To get out of trouble. And then it didn't even do anything for me. I come home, I get in trouble anyways. So, that's God though. If God wanted me, God was calling me. He used all my troubled. Listen, God didn't send me to jail. God didn't put me in prison. I put myself in prison. God used that situation and is allowing me to express that you know, that experience in a good way for others to be, you know, they know that I am genuine, you know, they know that, you know, I've been through there, you know, so if I'm speaking, I'm preaching about things, I know what it is I'm speaking about. I'm not blowing hot smoke out my ass, you know, I'm not blowing Lucky Charms, I like to call it, you know. A lot of my family, that's what they do, they blow Lucky Charms out their ass. All of them, every single one of them, they blow Lucky Charms out their ass. It's sad. It's really sad, actually. I don't have none of my family in my life because of it. That's how sad it is. But the Bible clearly teaches you that your family isn't your family. Your family is going to be the worst of the worst. The Bible says in the end times that the parents, the kids will dishonor the parents, will scream at them, yell at them, will hurt them. They won't accept authority. They will speak down on everybody and everything. They'll never ever. The Bible clearly says that these people will never ever allow the spirit of love in their heart. They will harden their heart even more when you try to spread love to them. And I've seen it. You know, I've seen it with my family. You know, my family went to the extent to where, you know, they try to get me in trouble and lie and say things. So they I would be out of their life, or out, they wanted to get me in trouble for things I didn't do. And it's fucked up they did that shit. So, last night, right, I mentioned the lady around the block, the Christian people, she wants my table. They need a table for their house, and it's a really small dining room. And the table, she said they've been looking for tables for the past couple weeks, and they haven't made a decision on a table yet because the place is so small. It's a beautiful home. They have a stone house. They have a brick home, but it's stone. It's cobblestone. Very, very expensive home in this neighborhood. There's only 2 houses in this neighborhood that are like that. And they own one of them, and their house is beautiful. Every time I drive by their home, I'm very impressed. So she came by last night with her husband, because she was here by herself. She said she had talked to her husband about it. I told them $200, man. I told them I paid $800 for it. I have it listed for $400. Don't tell anybody. It's yours if you want it. $200. Only because of who they are. She asked me if I could get the cup stains off of it. If those are removable, I told her they could be sanded out and restained. So she asked me to grab some sandpaper and show her, which I'm glad I did because I had to teach her to sand with the grain. Whenever you're sanding wood like this, right, you have to go with the lines, with the grain. You can't go in a circle like this. You go in a straight line, really, really soft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, she hasn't paid for it yet, but, she'll be here. Even if not, I'll have the stains out. So I took the 80 grit, to get most of it out, and then I'm going to take the soft grit, this is, 600 grit. I'll take the 600 grit, soften it out, even if you could go even higher, like a 1200 grit, but a 600 should be fine. It's not like you're painting a car or anything. It's just, all I'm doing is getting that black out, the rings, and then she'll stain it or clear it. I might end up clearing it for her. I might end up putting lacquer down for her because that's most likely what's on it is lacquer. I'm not sure, but I got to get those stains out. I'm gonna work on that. I got 1, 2. I got that one, and then I'm gonna do that one as well. Like I said, I have the table for $400. I told her, if she comes and gets it, $200, only for her. So, and I started going through all my jars. I got to get all my jars. I think I need 7 of them. I need 7 more jars. Each triangle should last me a month. So, I'm assuming a month on the boat with me and Margarita, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Really, that's enough. That's half a year worth of glass. I'm gonna be filling these up with flour, marijuana. And they're gonna be going on my boat when I travel. So I gotta make sure that all this stuff is legalized. It's legit where I am at. There's other states that aren't legal, so it's gonna be a really difficult situation. I'm still working on all the legality of it, how I'm going to transport it, all those things. Because I have all the documentation, and that's another thing I'm going to be doing is we're going to be doing a lot of legality stuff, laws. That's my specialty. So I've studied it a lot. And this is part of what Life Stories Perspectives is about, is, law reformation, making our country great again. So I'll be making a lot of videos on politics and people, and presidents and who I think, should be in charge and why, and, and most puppets are just faces anyways. They're puppets, presidents, that's why I call them puppets. They're there for a face, they don't pull the strings. But we'll get into that slowly later on down, the road. But I got those organized. I actually went through them. I found one of them. I had some shake in there still. I must have so I went in my garage. I'm like, dude, I don't have a pipe anymore. I haven't smoked out of a pipe in years. I was thinking about buying one just to have one, I kind of, I haven't smoked out of a metal pipe since I was a teenager. So I cleaned this one. I made this into a pipe. It was brand new. It was never used. I know it was never used. It was bought from a kit, and it was just thrown away. Like, the kit was used, but this piece was never used. So I know there's no oil in it or anything. And then I literally scrubbed it in the sink when I did the dishes, and I scrubbed it with soap and stuff. I got to get screens, but this is my bowl for now. This is what I'm about to smoke. So later, when I get real weed and actually do some stuff. Supposed to start some coffee. I gotta get coffee. I wiped down my table today, and even the guy last night, so the girl that came over about the table, her husband was with her, and I've met her, but I never met her. I met her husband around the block walking, but I never talked to him personally for long periods of time. They were in my home. They were at my home for like 2 hours. They just like stopped by randomly at like 7 o'clock. I'm like, who the fuck's at my house, and they hung out, his wife sat on the couch, and Bill and her talked for like an hour, and then me and him, the neighbor sat right here, man, and I sat right there, and we talked, and he was blown away by the table. He knew that he's seen this table, and he didn't even. The first thing he asked me, where do you work? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? He's like, that table right there, I know costs more than $3-4 grand. I was like, yes, it did. He said, this is a beautiful table. He said, I've never seen a red table like this. And I was like, well, neither have I. I never see these things, you know what I mean? In homes, let alone a small house where I'm at in Detroit, They have them, but you see these things in really expensive homes, big homes, And then, I told him where I was working at Ferris, and the whole situation there, I was working 72 hours a week, in charge of 300 people at a time, And that wasn't my first rodeo being in charge, I'm in charge all the time. It's just my personality, my character, who I am and what I know. People know they can rely on me. People know that I'm responsible. People know that when things go down, shit's going to be taken care of, They know that retrospect know what it is that needs to be done and how to do it. So that's why I get paid the way I do. But, that's why I was in charge of what I was in charge of, Very stressful. Fuck your mental up, man. Listen, man, that shit will fuck your mental up bad. Like, it's bad. That's why I came to Jesus. Jesus is the only thing that helped me with that. I had problems, man. Fucking seeing the stuff that I seen and the warfare and even not even the warfare, man. Like just being on the streets at home, I see the stuff at home in Detroit, my best friend's gone, I've lost everyone almost. I don't have anybody in my life that was from my past. Even Margarita's not in my life right now, and I'm working hard to make a life with her so we can be together. That's not easy to do, especially when she's from a different country, Us girls go crazy over here. They go crazy. And they're probably upset with me because I haven't been feeding them. Over there in that corner, I throw bird feed. I'd buy sacks of bird feed, sacks of everything, and fucking throw it right here. This is why there's no grass right there. I haven't bought it in a month. They ate it all up. I'd throw it down in here. All that. And all right here. The deer will come here. That's why that branch here. This branch broke the windshield of my truck. So I put it up here. The cats will climb up on it and stuff. I've had like 5 cats all on this thing right here, meowing at my window, asking for food, begging for food. I would feed the cats too. All the animals. There's a blind possum that lives over here. I don't know if it's got killed or not because I haven't seen it. I think it died by now. There is a blind possum. I have it on my Facebook, you know. But I gotta get things going, man. That's gotta go. It's gotta go. I'm probably gonna scrap it. Probably gonna cut out the back window if I don't smash it already. It's probably already broke from flipping it over. Nobody offered to buy it though. I'm like, fuck it. I don't have no use for it. Everything was took out of it. The only thing I might take out of it still is the steering wheel. You know, and the heater core and stuff like that. The heater core is still in there, the blower motor, that type of stuff. You know, I might take, you know, the dash, you know, like the little tubes and stuff for the heating and stuff, the heat ducting and all that. Because I'm going to be rerouting everything. That whole truck is getting customized. This whole truck, then that motor is getting put in, this whole truck's getting gutted on the inside. Everything is getting pulled out on the inside. Seats, everything. The seats, the chairs, the carpet, all this stuff is getting pulled out. The door skins, I'm going to get new door skins eventually. You know, I got high-end speakers in there too. I got to pull out all the door speakers. I got a lot of work to do. The gas gauge don't work, so the fuel pump's got to get... The gas works, the fuel pump works, but the gas gauge don't read. I put the aftermarket fuel pump in. I don't know if it came disconnected or if I didn't hook it up right or whatever it is, it don't show me how much fuel is in it. So I got to fix that as well. And I got to start putting air in these tires, start driving, man, before they start fucking rotting on me. I paid too much money for those tires. I'm getting a new, the whole front end's getting replaced. I'm going to buy new fenders, new hood, new lights, new different grill. All that stuff's getting redone. All of it. I got to get a new bumper. I'm going to find a new bumper for her. I might, all this trim is coming off. This stuff, all this is coming off. The sides coming off. All of it will get filled in. It'll be smoothed out. New doors are coming. I'm getting new tail lights. And then as soon as I can, I'm getting this quarter fixed. So this is the only problem with the truck is right here. It's really not bad. It's still kind of solid right here. It's starting to rust. But I can fix that. I got that. See, it's just right here. It didn't go all the way up, So the truck sat in a garage. The person that had it took care of it. The first person. The second person bought it, drove this piss out of it, couldn't afford the gas. And I'm thankful that they stuck it. They stuck it in a garage over here in Detroit that was didn't have no garage door. They just drove it right in to cover it. And the garage started falling down on it. My uncle, I think I mentioned, my uncle was repoing their car. And the lady was giving my uncle the key, and my uncle felt bad and seen this truck in the garage. It was like, hey, you want to sell that truck for scrap? And they're like, yeah, $500. And my uncle bought it for $500, dragged it to the house, and realized that the fucking truck was solid. There was no rust on it really at all. My brother bought it from him. And then I ended up with it when I came home. I needed a truck ASAP. My brother told me, your uncle, 1500s, you can have the truck that your uncle found. I'm like, bet, run it. The engine it was all original. The same engine, dude, this thing was clean, man. The Chevy 350 was clean. It had 200,000 on it when I got it. I put 15,000, I put almost 16,000 on it since I've had it. And that's a year. I put 16,000 miles on it roughly in a year. New different wheels. Listen, man, you can't drive this thing with the 15s. The stock wheels, this thing is dangerous on the freeway. The wind will blow this bitch into the next lane. It happened to me several times. You put the 20s on there with the big weight, with the heavy wheels, this truck plants. It sits like it's supposed to. This truck was not made for 15s and 16s. I don't know why they ever did that. They should have put 20s on it. No, you don't want to go bigger than 20s. 22s, 24s, you're starting to get... Unless you have a purpose for those big wheels, it's pointless. It's pointless to do all that. So, I'm just going to turn off these lights. I'm going to grab this cup. We're gonna go make coffee, and I'm gonna smoke, read the chapter in the Bible. I'll upload this, and then I gotta get on the internet. I gotta list these things. I'm gonna make sure. Well, this is charged. It's got 75% on it. It says this is charged, so it's good for now. I'll set up shop, and we'll get that trans off, and then hopefully, I earn some money between there. Somebody called me for my heater. I told him they could have it for free because it turns on. It was my neighbor's heater, actually. He threw it out. Those things don't normally just go bad. I knew that it's got to be the igniter or something. You can replace the igniter. They're expensive. So I told him, look, man, just come down and get it for free. I'm hoping, he comes down and he sees I have other stuff for sale, and maybe he might be interested in something else. That's why I told him come down for free. Come get it for free. It's marketing. How you market. You're going to come down here, right? Get that for free if he comes. You get that for free, right? He's going to see all my stuff, see what it is I'm doing. I have a lot of nice stuff. People see that stuff. People talk about it, People are like, oh, I was just at this guy's house, he gave me this torpedo heater, these things are expensive. But he's got a Corvette motor he's working on, he's selling the transmission, that person might be like, really? Shit, I need a transmission, or I know somebody that needs a transmission, that same transmission. That's how it works, man. That's how that shit, it always happens like that. I've had people show up at my door, running businesses, man, fucking, I don't even know. A week later, like, hey, someone gave me your address and number, you got this for sale. Yes, I do. Listen, I've been in the business a long time. I've been in this game a long time. I'm going to show you guys how to make money, real money. Alright? I'm starting from the bottom. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. We're going to be making money in many different ways, okay? I mean, just going to be making money a certain way. Every day is going to be different for us for the most part. You're going to be, like I said, this life story is perspectives. You're going to be in my life. You're going to hear crazy stories. I'm sure a lot of them are going to be lies from people. People, are make up stories, but you got to remember that story most likely has some truth in it. There's probably something that happened that really did happen to that person, and they're just kind of, they're telling the story. They want to make the story exciting, listenable, so people will do that. So that's your job to fish through the bullshit, and figure out what it is that person is saying, and how it relates to you. Because even if they lie, right, and said something happened to them or didn't happen to them, that is irrelevant. What was the message? What was that person trying to say? Because it isn't what happened always. What happened to them is what matters, So you got to really figure out what matters. It matters in life if you want to be somebody or go somewhere. So, I like this mossy oak. It's pretty good. It doesn't screw on though. It just, it just goes like that. So it falls off. I knocked it over. And it's, gone everywhere. The Zulu, man, the Zulu one. The Zulu is the best one. Neighbors gave, man, I'm telling you, a lot of the stuff I got from people. And then they gave me this one as well, which I have the Coleman one. The best one I could find so far is the Coleman one that I've paid for. The top is better. They gave me this one, which is called manna. Like the manna they served from God. It was weird, I thought. Designed in New York, responsibly made in China, which means that, they just go over there to make sure that, things are made correctly. Hand wash body recommended. Manahydration.com. Boiling hot contents can create internal pressure, resulting in discharge of hot vapor. Use caution when removing lids. 64 ounces. I have the top to it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the Coleman, just has a screw lid. You gotta open it and pour it. But this has like two. It has this. Right, which you have this, which you can carry it, and then they have this thing. It has the cap, right? but the cap still works, but it already broke. There was a piece right here that would flip over and lock onto this. It broke, and then this thing, when you screw it tightens, but you can. It's weird, man. I don't know, man. It doesn't feel secure like it pops. See? You see what I'm saying? It pops off. I really don't care for the cap of it. I might try it. I like the base. The base is aluminum already. I already got dented, but that's the point of it. I gotta have these for the sailboat. These aluminum containers are one for Margarita, one for me, one for each person. Each person has to have one of these. I gotta be able to provide each human with one of these full of water each day. So if a person's on my boat, I gotta have 6 of these. If I have 6 people, I gotta have 6 of these. And I gotta be able to take water out of the ocean, desalinate it, take the salt out of it, and be able to put it in these containers for people to drink on my boat and survive. So I gotta get a couple of them. I have 2 of them. I gotta get a few more. And then I have my thermoses, and little ones. I keep them. This one Margarita got for me from Starbucks. Fucking expensive as hell. It was like $30 for this thing, man. I told her no, but she said yes. You drink coffee every day. You travel every day. This is perfect for you. It's small enough. It's just enough coffee. It's not too much. She was right. Listen, that woman knows me left and right. That's why I got to get to her. She knows exactly what I need when I need it and how I need it. And she's fucking intelligent. She's more intelligent than me, which blows my mind. She's more intelligent than me. I've never found a person that is on par or surprises me. Ever. She's the first one, and it's a woman that I am in love with. It's insane. Listen, I'll terrorize this world for her. I'm about to. You're going to see. It's why it's called Life Stories Perspectives. It's a love story. This is a love story being recorded. You better subscribe, man. I'm telling you, it's the best channel you'll ever find on YouTube. You will not find a better channel on YouTube when it comes to just normal life and knowing how to live. I don't have period problems, and neither do my girl. My girl, we don't have problems like that. We're going to show you. We're going to show you how to get through life. She's excited. She's excited to meet you guys. She's excited to talk to everyone. I know once she gets on air, she starts talking, people will actually start commenting and messaging. Alright, so water's in, coffee's in, on. We're good to go. I got coffee from yesterday, started drinking that. Mentura's got food, she's got water. Mentora, what you doing, girl? Hey. Mentora, what are you looking at? You see a fly? No, she sees something. Come on, girl. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you. Let's go. We gotta go chill on the couch. Come on, girl. That's how you start her, Start the basics. Come on, girl. We gotta go up on the couch. There we go. You doing good, girl? You okay? How you feeling? How you feeling? You feeling better today? Yeah? You feeling better today? Yeah? You doing good? Go on. She's like, where the fuck am I? I don't even know where I'm at, Dad. What? What? Well, go on, go explore. We gotta clean your nose. Yeah, we gotta clean your nose, get those boogers out. What? 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 I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. You little chunky butt. You ain't got a chunky butt. You ain't got a chunky butt. You're gonna be fat, aren't you? I gotta have to watch your food intake. Yeah, I gotta watch your food intake. She looks big though because of her hair. Yeah, she has long hair, so it looks like she's fat, but she's not. About to smoke this. I can't believe I actually, out of all those containers, you could see all the crystals on the bottom of them. So I was like, fuck it, I just shook it out. I was surprised I found all that. I was going through the containers though on purpose. They were in my way this morning, and I had them all in my cooler. I'm like, dude, they don't need to be in my cooler anymore. I gotta figure out what to do with them. They're going with me, you know? So, I gotta figure all that out. And then I was going through stuff, you know, I gotta pack up. That's half of why I'm going through everything. I'm slowly packing up, you know, getting everything figured out. And I forgot about this thing. I forgot I even had this thing. This thing reminds me of a crack pipe. Listen, these things are actually pretty helpful. If you have a bunch of wax and you're traveling, man, and you can't carry a bong, you know, it's kind of hard to have a bong all the time. This thing actually works, man. I feel like I'm smoking a crack pipe though. That's the only thing I don't like about it. So you heat this up, you charge it, right? You put the glass piece in your mouth. That's why I said it reminds me of smoking crack. But, you know, you push the button, this heats up, you know, and you put it in the wax, in the dab. It's a dab rig. You put the cap on when you're done. Charges. It's called a Pronto, Ooze Pronto. Not really worth the money, my honest opinion. The only way I see it being worth spending the money is if you really travel a lot and you don't have access to a bong, you know, a rig. So, it's been, I like it, you know, as far as the use of it, it works. That's why, I like it, because it gets the job done. Margarita even smoked out of it, and it works, you know. I wasn't impressed with it by any means, but it works. It got the job done. I got good hits out of it. It got hot enough. I just don't like that glass piece. The way you smoke, it reminds me of a crack pipe. So I only use it when I need to. But it says Ooze Pronto, dab anywhere. It says easy to use, no torch needed, flex temp, and then it's Panther Black. Yeah, I gotta have this stuff, man. You know, I travel a lot. Marijuana's my thing, man. I smoke marijuana. It keeps me off all the other drugs. I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to be on those other drugs. Keeps me from blowing up the world. And Jesus as well. Jesus does it mostly. So I bought this as well. I've had this. This is actually one of my favorite ones. It's called a Ooze Fusion. For wax, you got different quartz tips, you know. It's got a bunch of different ones. It's got coils too. Like this one has a single coil, right? The one that's in there, which I gotta heat it up to get it off. I think that's a dual coil, which it won't come off because it's fucking wax, and that wax is hard as fuck. Telling you. And there's a little rubber piece in there. I don't want to. There we go. All that. So I found wax. So I wanted to open it. I knew I put a glob in there a while ago and never charged it. It was not charging. I didn't charge it, and I remember throwing it in there in the box. That's why I opened it up. I'm like, you know what? I think I have wax. I got a nice chunk of wax there. It's old though. It's about a month old. Probably not good to smoke. So this thing is amazing though. I'm telling you, bro. I love this thing. It's a pain in the ass to keep clean. It's a pain in the ass to use. But it's amazing when you need it. Sometimes smoking flower is hard, you know. When you're out and about, you know what I mean, and you're around public and stuff. And I was with Margarita, you know. We this was our day that I proposed to her. You know, I bought this to bring to Silver Lake, because I had a bunch of wax I wanted to smoke and use up. Which, traveling, you know, we were in Silver Lake, you know, you can't carry all that stuff, bongs and stuff, you know, when you're traveling through the woods, you know. So, and flower is nice and all, but sometimes it's nice to get, you know, a fat hit from resin, you know what I mean? There's something about wax that, you know, flower just doesn't do, you know, the wax gets you there. I'm just trying to turn it off. Alright, so it's off. So yeah, these chambers are amazing. I'm about to clean it up. This is actually called the Ooze Fusion. I was about to say, I forget the name of it, but it's called it's called the Ooze Fusion, which I'm actually very happy with it. It works good. The single coil for some reason seems to work the best for me. The single coil works the best for me. And then this one as well. This quartz banger, it doesn't have a coil, it's just quartz. That one works really well too. But I notice when you use this one, you get like a one flash hit and it's gone. Like, it doesn't last very long. With the coils, these ones with the dual coil and a single coil, it seems like I get a couple puffs out of, you know, when I put the wax in there, you know, a nice dab. It seems like I get more of a better hit, or I get 2 or 3 out of them. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. It comes with like a little tip, little glass tip. You put it, you know, it goes on this right here. It just, the O-ring slips on this thing, right? This is your battery, obviously, your juice, your power. Which it doesn't take long to charge. And then it comes with these three chambers, you know. And like I said, one is a single coil, the other one's a dual coil, and then the other one's a quartz. And then you adjust your airflow. You got little holes on the side right here, like that. And you can adjust the airflow, you know. I notice if you have all 3 holes, it's too much air, you know. You gotta suffocate it a little bit, you know, choke it out, you know, like a carb on a motor. You gotta choke it out. Like, 1 hole is usually good, but you gotta experiment with it, you know. I haven't even used it that much. I only got to use it that weekend when I proposed to Margarita. And then I used it once since then. I put the wax in there and it was dead, and I went to go charge it and I got sidetracked, and guess what? I never smoked it, and I never touched it since then. It's been sitting for a while. That's why, you know, I'm packing up and I came across all my stuff. That's why I grabbed it. I'm like, you know what? We'll talk about it today. We're gonna smoke, see what's in it. And I got this Dr. Dre Beats by Dr. Dre monster fucking leather case. I don't have the box, you know, like this one has the box. That one, the box is ruined, like it started falling apart. that it was in, so I just threw it out now. And I have this Dr. Beats case, so I'm going to see about fitting everything in there. I'm hoping it does fit, and it does. So if I could throw out the tips in there, I'll be happy. This one I want to get the wax out real quick because we're gonna smoke out of my bong. I gotta clean it, so yeah, it fits and it keeps it closed, you know. So I got a tool. That's another tool I need. About to smoke this, put this weed in there. I'm excited for this. This is all fucking crystals and shake. It's just really just crystals. Triclomes or whatever you call them. Yeah. Exactly what it is. It's triclomes. THC. I'm excited though because this is from like 10 different plants. Really, there's only 4 different strains down there. It's red runts, Swedish fish, cream soda, what's the other one? Grateful breath, and then what's the other one? Voodoo glue. That's what this is. All the different strands, and it's mostly just indica and hybrid. Nirvana does have a sativa brand, but I've only had it twice. They never order the white boxes. They only order the gray and black. And I haven't seen a white box in a while, and I like the white box. I like smoking the sativa in the morning. It's really good. The white box, it helps me with my creativity. It gets me excited. And her dumbass keeps on trying to climb on me and play, and she just fell. You want to play? I know, girl. I know, you want to play. That's the only thing I wish I had another kitty for her. But, I'm thankful I have only one cat. Because I've been through this before, trying to train 2 cats. It's hard, what I'm trying to do with the cat and have the cat do, it's hard to do with 2 cats. Because the cat is constantly, with the other one, and if one isn't as good as the other one will keep the other one from learning. So. What? What? I love you too. I do. I'll show you what I'm doing. I do this a lot. Just to, almost, now she moved. So she was on her back and her 4 paws were up. I was just pushing down on them like this, to get her used to moving her feet, and her claws and stuff. She knows Dad very well. She knows Daddy. She loves Daddy. She knows me. She goes out of her way to sleep with me. She loves sleeping next to me and on me, which can be annoying sometimes. Like this morning, it was driving me crazy. She kept on trying to climb up on my chest and lay on my chest, and I didn't have a blanket on or a shirt on, so her claws were kind of scratchy, Yeah, don't go. Come here. She don't like it, but I had to get the crusties out of her. She had a booger in her eye, and it was hard as a rock. That's why she yelped. All right, Sunday morning smoke. I haven't smoked yet. It's the first hit. Not bad. There's only one anyways, which is shake. All those crystals. Yep. It's kind of make me nauseous. That's why I smoke weed too. I have stomach problems in the morning, man. Like, I have a hard time eating in the morning, because of my stomach. And the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, and I was vomiting every day. I wasn't taking any drugs. I wasn't doing anything for this to be happening. And Margarita was like really concerned about me, man. I was fucked up. All the stress and work stuff, and her and my, everything was taking a toll on me. The career and running a multi-million-dollar business and people not putting the effort into the company that should be. Why am I killing myself? Even after Ferris, I started working for Michigan Imported Cars. I took a pay cut, $20,000 pay cut. But I knew that they couldn't afford to pay me what Ferris was paying me. I knew that, Ferris, they make, Ferris sold for $750 million to the Cleveland Cliffs. So, the company I quit, where I almost killed myself for. I started working for Michigan Imports. I didn't just quit. I was looking for another job before I quit. Michigan Imports, I went in there and they were like, I walked into that place. God told me, I was like, God, where do you want me to go? I need another job. I can't work here no more. I'm gonna die. And he said, well, go in the car industry. Go to Michigan Imports. That's what he told me. And I've always wanted to work there because I bought a motor from there years ago. I bought a 95 Jetta, 96 Jetta from my brother. My little brother had a blown motor. And I went to Michigan Imported Cars. I found a motor with only fucking 80,000, 90,000 miles on it. And they only wanted $424. It was $400 plus tax, $424. My dad, I had my dad take me up there in this truck, and they literally drove out with the high-low, set it down. And same high-low I was driving, recently for them. I wasn't a high-low driver, but that's, I used the high-low to move stuff. Same high-low. And so I went over there, they gave me the job, and when I walked in there, I knew the place needed help. It wasn't organized, it wasn't pleasing to the eye, you know what I mean? It was like a really rundown place, it looked like, you know what I mean? But you could tell, like, I'd been there before. The people were great people. They just needed help, you know what I mean? They have a lot going on in a small team, so it's overwhelming. That's the only reason why the place was kind of disarray inside. It looked well taken care of on the outside, but when you walked into the main area where the customers handle business, it was very dirty and like very junkyardish. It wasn't professional. Which I came into that place and made it professional. I took a pay cut, $20,000 pay cut, but it was worth it because to me, I was able to do what it is that I like to do, and which was run a business, and fix things and set things up. That's what I do. That's what I enjoy doing, and I was able to blossom. You know what I'm saying, and use my gifts. At Ferris, I was able to use my gifts. You know what I mean, as far as like fixing stuff, computer stuff, like the systems or like conveyor belts, mechanical, I could show you pictures, at 3:00 in the morning, I'm riding around in a Hummer, a real military Humvee, and, I'm putting a harness on, you know what I mean, at 2:00 in the morning and scaling, you know what I mean, 50 feet up in the air, and you know, got to replace a conveyor belt because the conveyor belt walked to the side, left or right, you know what I mean, and tore the belt, which is $10,000 for this fucking belt, you know, and then my fucking boss would be mad at me. I got to go up there, you know what I mean? And it's stupid because these people, I was young, you know, but I knew what I was doing. I had the knowledge, you know what I mean? I moved my way up from picking on the ground, you know, picking metal, separating it into bins, right away. I moved right up, you know, and they were trying to sabotage my job. They were jealous because the building was just getting remodeled. They spent the old building, it was a good building, but it didn't sort it fast enough. And they were losing out a lot of money, so they invested over 100 million. I was responsible. I was in charge of $100 million machine. You know what I'm saying? Factory that worked and talked. All these different conveyor belts and systems. You know what I mean? Were put together. People were coming over from Canada. And developing. You know what I mean? You got to remember, I'm doing this. I'm helping with this. You know, I'm doing these things. You know, I'm helping install these systems. You know, and run them. Let alone not only install them, I was running them. You know, and it got frustrated because I knew how to run them better than the people that was installing them. The people from Canada that sold the equipment is actually fucked up. They're a piece of shits. It's a shit ass company. They should put their name out there. Because they fucking fucked up, and instead of fixing it, making it right, they fucking they put it all on Ferris, first of all, which wasn't Ferris's fault. It was their fault. They sold them some shitty equipment, and then they didn't even fix it. They rigged it. You know what I mean? And then it broke. Listen, these systems that they're running, they're shit. And why? Because they're Windows-based systems. They're developed in Windows. I don't know why these are all developed in Windows. They're running Windows operating systems to run all these machines. I was laughing. It was hilarious. And they were so buggy. It was the software. It wasn't even the machines. A lot of times. It was the software. Dude, that company is garbage. The customer support, garbage. Even Ferris, terrible. Ferris, they didn't care if I died. They did not care if I died. That's why I left. You know, listen, I told them I didn't want to work midnight shift anymore. I can't breathe. I can't even walk up to the top of the stairs. You gotta find somebody else. I'm not doing it. Nothing. They still owe me $1,200. A company that makes, they sold the company to Cleveland Cliffs for $750 million. And this company won't even pay me my $1,200. Which I need to contact them because I can go get that fucking money. I need that money. I could use it. I just don't have a vehicle to go up there and go bug the shit out of them. That's why I haven't been up there. I'm about to go take care of this. I gotta get this car done. Which is already 58 minutes, so I'm gonna read the passage from last night and we'll upload it and then get busy, you know, get to work. I'll handle things and figure out what it is I'm doing for the day, and I'll let you guys in on it when I figure it out, you know. But we'll go to John. John 5, even on the Sabbath, you know. I try not to work on the Sabbath, man. I try not to do anything the only thing I really truly not to do is do anything for personal gain. I do not, as far as I do not make any money off of people. I will not make any money off of anybody. I will not. That's my only rule for myself. Saturdays are spent with the family. Doing things that I or my family like to enjoy. I will sacrifice and do whatever it is my family likes to do, even if I don't enjoy it. Okay? But if I'm with my family, I'm going to be enjoying it. There's not much I do not enjoy. It's hard to listen to people talk when you don't know them. Bill, I love Bill, but sometimes it's hard to understand what it is he is saying. And it comes off as me not wanting to listen to him, and that's not the case. And that's what makes a true friend, because a true friend, a real person, will understand that and will go out of their way to learn that other person and make them comfortable. And that's what Margarita did. And that's what I've always done for everyone in my whole life, but I've never gotten it back, ever. Margarita is the first person that I've ever really gotten it back. I've had friends here and there between then. I can name names. I have friends over the years. And the only reason why they're friends is because they were children. I was children. That's why Jesus says you got to become a child again. People lose their childhood, man. They lose their innocence, right? You got to gain that back. The only way to gain that back is through Jesus, period. So we'll read it, and then, I'll go. It says, even on the Sabbath, soon another feast came around, and Jesus was back in Jerusalem. Near the sheep gate in Jerusalem, there was a pool in Hebrew called Bethesda, with 5 alcoves. You got all those, you got to think they're all those, a cenote, pretty much. It was a hot spring, you know what I mean, on the earth, the earth, the volcanic, the heat from the earth warmed up this water, and people believed that, that an angel did go down there and stir it up, and people would go down there and be healed, but it wasn't the angel. If the angel would come down there to stir the faith in the person. That's what the angel is in charge of do, is to go down there, stir up the water, and the people see this, and the faith will hopefully heal them, because God knows that the evil one is attacking them, you know what I mean? But that's why God came down, on earth, you know what I mean, to help us. He's always taking care of us, all of us. This earth and us, listen, man, we've been around since the dinosaur time, man. Listen, don't listen to science. Science goes hand in hand with this. Numbers don't lie. They don't. Science is the same thing in a sense as God. You have to understand Him. There's many things that are, all this stuff happens for a reason, man. Everything that's happened in the world's happened for a reason. Alright, so, those 5 alcoves, hundreds of people sick, blind, crippled, paralyzed were in these alcoves. One man had been an invalid there for 38 years. When Jesus saw him stretched out by the pool and knew how long he had been there, he said, do you want to get well? Well, fuck yeah, I want to get well, The sick man said, sir, when the water is stirred, I don't have anybody to put me in the pool. By the time I get there, somebody else is already in. Jesus said, get up, take your bedroll, start walking. The man was healed on the spot. He picked up his bedroll and walked off, man. That's crazy. Faith, you're just told by somebody to do this. And you can tell that. You can go to people all the time and you see their eyes light up when you give them money or you help them, you know what I mean? You give them purpose. Jesus gave him a purpose. Jesus told him, no, there's nothing wrong with you. You are correct. And the guy was like, okay, I am. You know what I mean? You can do it. That's why when you tell people and you point out their flaws, you're not supposed to point out their flaws, man, especially if you have flaws of your own. Bible says pick out the flaw, take care of the flaw first before you point out other one's flaws. Therefore, if you don't, you're just going to be ridiculed and pointed at. And it says, and to do that, to do it the right way, it says first you must take out the log, the eyelash out of your own eye, right? That's in your own eye first before you tell somebody else what to do. But then when you do tell somebody what to do, you lift them up. You don't point out what it is that is wrong. You show them what it is that is right. You don't point out what's wrong, because the evil one already has control of you. It's not their fault in the first place. Unless they're taught. If they're taught and then they do it, then you hold them responsible. Then it's their fault. But if that person doesn't know or understand what faith is or even know what life is about, a child is taught. The child only knows what it is taught. That's why you must teach your children. That's why there are smarter kids than people that aren't as smart. And yes, people have limitations because of the evil one. The evil one is the one that created suffering and decay. That never was in God's intention. God never wanted it to happen. But he had to have it happen, allow it to happen for life to happen in order to overcome the darkness. And we'll never understand fully all of this stuff unless he reveals it to those he gives it to. It says, he got up and took his bedroll and started walking. It says the man was healed on the spot. He picked up his bedroll and walked off. It says that day happened to be the Sabbath. The Jews stopped the healed man and said, "It's the Sabbath. You can't carry your bedroll around. It's against the rules." These people were sticklers, man. They followed the Torah and followed the First Testament, all the Leviticus. If you read Leviticus, there's over millions and millions of different rules that people, God says that we're not supposed to do, that they followed, ancient, ancient stuff, but they took it to the extreme, because they allowed the evil one. They used it for self-righteousness. They, just like we do today, people rap and make music and all this stuff, you know what I mean? They don't glorify God, they glorify themselves like they did it, like everything they did is because of them. No, everything that was given to them was because of God, simply because if the reason why it was given to you by God is because you didn't even put yourself here. God put you here. You didn't ask your family who you were, you didn't ask what family to be in. You didn't choose to be there. You simply were put here. That's why. But, okay, so yeah, it says, against the rules. You can't carry your bedroll. It's against the rules. They want to control too, you know what I mean? They want to feel like they are somebody. But he told them, "The man who made me well told me," he said, "take your bedroll and start walking." They asked, "Who gave you the order to take it up and start walking?" But the healed man didn't know, for Jesus had slipped away into the ground. Jesus didn't tell him he was Jesus. He just told the man to get up and walk. Grab your bedroll and walk on the Sabbath, which was a Saturday. A little later, Jesus found him in the temple and said, "You look wonderful. You're well. Don't return to sinning life, or something worse might happen." He was saying, don't return to a guilty conscience. Stop listening to people and doing things that that you're not supposed to do. You know what I mean? And follow your heart. That's what he's simply really saying, is follow your heart. Stop. Follow your heart. God already instilled everything we know and need to know in our heart. It says, the man went back and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. That is why the Jews were out to get Jesus, because he did this kind of thing on the Sabbath. That really set them off. The Jews were now not only out to expose him, they were out to kill Jesus, out to kill him. Not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was calling God his own Father, putting himself on a level with God. So he wasn't really breaking the Sabbath. He wasn't, you know what I mean? They said that. They made up all these rules too, and then they would always take, just like other people, they take all these rules, and all these things, and they come up with their own code, you know what I mean? And they will enforce it on people, but then don't follow it themselves. That's another thing they always did, You gotta practice what you preach, people say, That's why that's why I make the videos. I don't even tell people anymore. I don't go out of my way to tell people what it is I do. I just show them, because it's a waste of your breath. It's a waste of your time anyways. People aren't going to people have no interest in what you have to say, let alone what you're doing. Okay? So go find some time for yourself. Go grab a Bible, man. Go do what it is you're supposed to be doing, man. And you come across this video, come holler at me, man. Comment below, man. I'm more than happy to talk to you guys, man, and speak about whatever it is you're going through, or whatever it is you might want to talk about related to the Bible, or life, Just don't come at me with some bullshit. Just don't do it. You'll regret it. But on that note, I'm out, man. I gotta get busy. It's already an hour 9 video. It ain't much. I ain't delivered much yet. I'm working on it. I gotta get everything together. You guys see what I'm doing every day. So, and that's another thing I want to teach before I go is, I rely on God for everything. I'm on God's time, right? I'm in no hurry to just get up and go and fucking figure all this out. You know what I mean? And rush. Because if I do so, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to forget things. I'm going to not do things correctly. You know, and the evil one loves people that are running around out and about. He loves getting people like that. That's his game. When people are going like that and that, stay away from them. They're possessed. They have the evil spirit on them. They're allowing that side of their body, the sin that's in their blood, the guilt, to overcome and harden their heart, which makes them like that. And the evil one, which is a spirit of air, is in the air, the same air that we breathe, which you cannot see, the same air that God is in, which we cannot breathe, which we cannot see, that we breathe. You have to. That's why they call it spiritual warfare. And it's crazy to think that we are the ones that wield this power and are the ones that are in control of the universe. We are gods. God is testing us so that we are soldiers of God for the afterlife. You think when in the heaven you're gonna be working for Him there. All your ecstasies and love are gonna be for Him, not with your family or people. And whoever makes it there is gonna be working for Him as well, and doing the same thing we're doing now, which is fight evil. And I can't imagine the evil that He wants us to fight out there after this. If this is a test now, right? If this is a test now for what's to come, I can't imagine what we're going to be fighting, what we're up against then. So I can't wait to talk about this stuff and let you guys read my book and everything else. So until then, I'll see you guys, man. Peace out.